Tao. Tantra is non-dual. Tantra is interested only here, now. This is this. Tantra is life. There is another thing about it. When I say Tantra is non-dual, there is no duality. There is no division. This and that, they are together. And this is the meaning of Tantra is non-dual. This is world, this is life, and that is Brahma, the consciousness. This is mundane, this is mundane, material, and that is consciousness, the spiritual. For Tantra, there is no distinction between this and that, between life and consciousness. Both are two sides of the same coin. You have to be conscious while living your life moment to moment. This is what means that is included in this. You cannot separate it. You cannot separate life and consciousness. They are together. You live your life moment to moment, totally aware and conscious. That is what totality is. This very world is divine. God is not somewhere, or consciousness is not somewhere. It is the way of living. It is the realization that there is oneness. There is no duality. It's not that you are worldly at one moment. You are doing your job, whatever role you have to perform. You are doing this with cosmic oneness, inner harmony, understanding. Then it is the way of Tantra. It's not that you are dishonest in life, living or doing, following the hatred, jealousy and everything, and then you go to the temple, church, and you practice something else. You are each moment. Tantra is non-dualistic. This is the world and that is Brahma. This is mundane, the material, that is consciousness, the divine, the spiritual. For Tantra, there is no distinction like this. This is all. That is included in it. This and that are together. This very world is divine. And Tantra makes no distinction and no categorization of higher and lower. Man makes it. This means lower and that means higher. This means that which can be seen, touched and known. That means which is invisible, which cannot be seen, cannot be touched. You can only infer. For Tantra, there is no distinction between higher and lower, between visible and invisible, between matter and mind, between life and death, between world and Brahma. Tantra says this is this and that is included in it. This is this. Life is all. There is nothing other than life. God is the way you live your life. But the emphasis on this is beautiful because you cannot emphasize on that. It is through emphasizing on this very moment, you can include everything. It says here and now. Here now. It is not two words. It appears to be, but it is here now. And everything is in it. The way you live your life, the way you interact with the people is the essence of life. Are you interacting with the people, with the objects and beings out of your harmony, inner oneness, bliss, and joy? Or are you creating a division? It says here now, whatsoever is, this is all and everything is in it, nothing is excluded. The near, the intimate, the ordinary, everything is included in it. You are cooking, this is divine. You are eating, this is divine. Because these are the things which you perform on a day-to-day basis. So where else will you get an opportunity to practice divinity, to practice harmony and oneness? You don't have to go and practice it anywhere else. Whatsoever you have learned, whatsoever you are is to be reflected through your life and living. It is very well known saying of a Zen mysticism that if you can become just ordinary, you have become extraordinary. This ordinariness is extraordinary. You are simple, you are not complex, you are very natural, you are spontaneous. Otherwise, what happens? As you grow up and you look at your so-called religious people, they are more tense. They cannot even laugh. They cannot smile. They have to maintain a particular kind of a demeanor, and that is all outwardly. Become ordinary. It's not that you are looking for a VIP treatment because you are a spiritual person or you are a master. You have become, and in that very moment, with that very understanding, you become extraordinary. Only the person who is at ease with his ordinariness is extraordinary. You are not looking for any special treatment anywhere. But our politicians, our actors, priests, all these expect an extraordinary or VIP treatment. As if it is an obligation that I am doing the spiritual work. There is no obligation. It is the way of your life. Because everyone hankers to be extraordinary. So the desire to be extraordinary is very ordinary. There is nothing special in it. Everyone, you cannot find a person who is not trying to be extraordinary. It is in everyone, it is all around, that everybody wants to be extraordinary in some way or the other. So the desire, the lust to be extraordinary is a basic part of the ordinary human mind. Zen masters say, so to be ordinary is most difficult. You can be extraordinary, but to practice the ordinariness, that you are one like anyone else, is most difficult. To be just ordinary is rare. Very rarely it happens that someone is simply ordinary. The masters say, just as God is hidden God is unmanifest world, and world is manifest God. When godliness manifests, it becomes worldliness, and when worldliness remains hidden, godliness manifests, it is divinity. Kabir says, when I was, jab main tha tab hari na hai. Hari is the word he is using for God. When I was, the ego sense that I am special, I am extraordinary. When this sense was there, God was not. And when God is, then I am not. That sense of I-ness has no more. One Japanese emperor was in search of a master. So he went from one teacher to another. But no one could satisfy him. Because one old man had said the real master would be very ordinary, most ordinary. So he went on searching. In an ordinary person, you look at Kabir, he was a weaver all through his life. He is working on in his office, in his workshop, you can call, which was simple, one room, with his woof and waf, weaving. Seeing him, nobody can expect that this man will be, looking at him, that this man will be an extraordinary person, spiritual. You look at the Sufi masters. When Leon Lefort, who wrote the book, The Teachers of Gurdjieff, he went Middle East in search of the masters of Gurdjieff. He met a cobbler. What did you teach Gurdjieff? The cobbler said, I taught him how to breathe. Breathe? Normal question comes, everybody knows how to breathe. But breathing is an art. Breathing is a science. When you are disturbed, your breathing is of a different nature, and you have no control over it, and you cannot use breathing as a tool to bring harmony and oneness. Then he was told about another person, that he is the master of Gurdjieff. So somehow or the other, and they are hidden in the very structure of the world and worldly activities. He was a carpet weaver. He was the owner of a carpet shop. So he was busy doing his work, attending to his customers. So Leon asked him after some time, went and had a meeting with him. He showed him a piece of carpet and he said, 2 pieces, that which one you feel that can be used as a mattress for meditation. As for meditation, he showed him one piece. The master, the Sheikh, told Leon to look at it carefully, attentively for 5 minutes. And after seeing that for 5 minutes, it appeared as if that he was getting dizzy, headache. So you are not taught anything. I remember one thing, one anecdote about the life of Brij Mohan Lal. He was, the whole anecdote goes like this. Chachaji Raghuvar Dayal had a few disciples. One day one of his disciples got some eye problem. So he went to a local herbal doctor. He was a Muslim, he was a Sufi, and those are known as Hakim, because one is the Ayurveda, that is the science that is evolved out of Sanatan Sanskriti, the Hikmat that evolved out of this different, that is the Unani system. So he gave him the medicine and he came back. Next day, another person got the similar problem, eye problem. He also went. He looked at the person carefully. He was a little bit dazed and surprised, but he did not say anything. But he gave him the medicine. Okay. A few days after, another person developed this similar problem. So he too went. Then that Sufi doctor, he said, now you will not get the medicine. You tell me, these eyes look to be wounded. This problem that you three had is because you are in love with someone. The eyes are wounded. They are in love. Because if you are in love, your eyes have a different kind of indescribable effect when you look at it. As if it is not that ordinary love. It is the love for the unknown and unknowable, the love for the master. So he said, our master had told not to tell the name or anything unless he approves of it. So tomorrow I'll tell you. So he went and he told, they were very happy that someone has discovered in my eyes the image of my beloved. Normally, your love is not that deep. When somebody looks into your eyes, and that too is an art to see that you are in love with someone. It is a kind of a different kind of a effect, different kind of intoxication, drunkenness. It is not an ordinary drunkenness. The eyes are wide open. They do not blink, because if eyes are blinking, then the image will be hidden for some time. You want to keep that image of your eternal beloved always in front of your eyes. So he said, do not tell my name. Tell the name of, referred to Brij Mohan Lal. You tell the name of Brij Mohan Lal, that he is your master. So at the instruction of Chachaji, they went and they told the Sufi doctor that our master is so and so, and he works in the police office as a head clerk. So next day he went to meet him. When he went, Brij Mohan Lal was sitting in his office doing his official work, and so this person, the doctor, went and he stood behind his chair for almost 1 hour, and then he came back. So throughout the day, these three people were very anxious. What is the opinion of this person about my master? So when they went, they asked, did you go and meet him? He said, matter of meeting? I did not get an opportunity to even bid him, to pay him my respect. What happened? He said, I remained standing behind his chair. He was sitting on his chair, busy doing the work. It seemed as if he will finish the whole work of the office in a precise moment, but not even a single breath was free from the remembrance of his beloved. At every breath, there was a sound, or the zikr was going on. That is what you call, you are outwardly you are busy, but inwardly you are hearing the unheard sound that is echoing. So they were very happy. When Brijmohan Lal came to know, he said, what this man would be thinking about me, that he came and he stood up behind my chair and I did not pay attention to him, just to remove the feeling that my master is so great, that the others are talking about this, because he doesn't want to manifest himself as an extraordinary, but what he was doing was most extraordinary, but in an ordinary manner. And nobody could, seeing him doing the work like that, nobody could imagine that he is deep within, something is going on in him, and he's so that in a way to you it looks like he is very much focused on his work, but his focus is somewhere else. This is something cannot be explained, but can only be understood. That means many times opportunity comes, you are talking to someone, this was a situation different, he was working on his own. It can happen that you are working, Kabir is weaving the weaver, so there is waf and woof. With every waf was Ram for him, every woof. And disciples will come, they see Kabir weaving, and in between he will narrate something, he will recite a couplet or something. So the meditation is going on, the spiritual work is going on, but at the same time, it is a blending of two things. This is what I had mentioned when it comes to cooking, when I teach someone about the art of cooking. I said cooking lovingly, cooking meditatively, cooking for Buddhas. Means the food that you cook should not be mixed with your arrogance, with your ignorance, that you miss this or not. Every moment, everything that you are blending, you are totally aware. Every word that comes out of you, if you are speaking, every gesture, every action that is needed to complete that particular dish is full of the awareness of the divine, awareness of that which is. Then you are living the life of a Tantra. That is what Tantra means. Life is all inclusive. It is not that you do your work and then in the morning and evening you are doing your prayers. Your work is your prayer. What you are cooking is your prayer. You are making love, that is your prayer. You are talking to someone, you are taking a shower, this is your prayer. Then you have encompassed every action and every moment of your life into consciousness. So through every act, through every gesture, you are putting on your clothes, you are turning on the ignition key in the car, or whatsoever you are doing, it is all full of awareness. It has been that. So this Japanese emperor was in search of a master, so he went from one teacher to another, but no one could satisfy him, because one old man had said the real master would be most ordinary. He will be involved in whatever profession he is, but you will not be able to see that what is going on deep within. So he went on searching, but he could not find an ordinary man. He came back to the old man who was just on the dying bed, and he said, "You have put me into great trouble. You have defined the master that he will be simple, ordinary, has become the problem for me. I have been searching all over the country and no one satisfies that criteria. You gave me some clue, but how to find the master?" The dying man said, "You have been searching at the wrong places. You have been searching in wrong places. You have been going to persons who are in some way or the other extraordinary. And then you're trying to find the ordinary. Move in the ordinary world, in the world of cobblers, weavers, and all those." Kabir's fellow disciple was Raidas. He was a cobbler and he was the master of Mira. And really you are still trying to find the extraordinary. Now you define him. Now you define him as ordinary, but you are still in search of the extraordinary. Now the definition has changed. Now you define him as the most ordinary, but the rare, the exceptional. You are still in this search. Don't do that. And the moment you are ready, not searching in any particular way, the master appears. This is what Sufi says. You are not ready, but you are searching for master. Everybody says, "I'm searching for a master, I'm searching for a guru." Instead of searching for a guru, you should be searching for, are you disciple? You are searching for a magnet, but you are yourself a wood, so magnet will not attract you. Magnet can attract only a piece of metal. So first be the metal that can be attracted to a magnet. The next morning, while he was sitting, he tried to understand what the old man had said, and he felt that he was right. The desire left him, a beggar appeared, and he was the master. And he had known the beggar all his life. He was always coming, that beggar was coming daily to the palace, to the emperor. Asked the beggar, "How did it happen that I could not recognize you before?" The beggar said, "Because you were searching for the extraordinary in the garb of an ordinary. I was here, but you were not searching but you were searching somewhere else. You missed me continuously. Enough for now. This we will continue in tomorrow's session.